Yeah, he's funny, man. Good kid.
He was so good. Maybe could have been somebody that he got better. He was.
I remember seeing Tony L. Like, dude, I knew him when he was at Nativity.
Little Tony L, man.
Tony L.
Literally, he's literally Kevin Hart. Little pudgy Kevin Hart before Kevin Hart came out. He's one of the funniest guys I knew in high school, man. I liked him a lot. Played football.
That school's still trucking. Nativity Prep.
Yeah.
60 kids or whatever, that's all they want.
Is it a middle school?
Yeah, like 4th or 8th or something like that. They got their principal. Principal changes every 3 years. The principal, so she's in her 2nd year. She's like 29 years old. Hispanic girl out of like Worcester, Mass. Yeah, Shira Torres.
So it's like where do you go from there? Say your term runs up, then what?
Like,
I would love Jack.
Principals should just move on. I don't think there's no term. They just seem to come and go. They want to make
wireless is ready too, boys.
It's doing wireless. They eventually want to make some money, so they go.
So you'll be on the sidelines.
She's from Worcester. I make sure you check the second camera to make sure. She worked at Nativity School up there, and she's like, I needed to change the scenery, so she came down here. I talked to her last year.
Sure, because sometimes I'm going to put this down and take pictures. Okay. All right. So
before I go over, don't.
Yeah. I think we should go to the field when the teams are running out. You know, and then a half.
Or how about this? You could even,
In the locker room.
You could even get it. And you could
do the coin flip.
I was gonna say you could get it during a commercial break and then but it's not gonna get it.
Take it out there for the coin flip, right? How long is that? How strong is that little trip?
Should be alright. We did it at Smyrna, Middletown a couple years ago, and it was pristine. Last year we had trouble with it.
Especially at Delmar.
There's no internet in Delmar. They have Pony Express down there.
Always a good problem to not to have too many players for the amount of jerseys you have. It's always a good problem to have.
Doubling up.
This is an appropriate song.
So our news room sending out tonight. Think Brad's gonna show up for this?
I figured he's the only. I mean, who else? I feel like everybody
Trez
would come here. I'd imagine.
Trez, unless he's doing UD stuff. They have Jeff Nyberg, the guy they hired, and they had a new name in there. They have a new Facebook page, the sports page or something.
Yeah, you see that?
I haven't looked at it yet, but so they hired another sports.
Did you see
person.
this thing today?
5 years away.
Who, Brad?
Yeah, he said he kickoff classic.
Yeah, he didn't use the sponsor name.
No.
Oh,
There's two
two kickoff classics.
Thanks.
Both at 7.
Who
I'm
said
like,
this?
wrong, Bradley. They're not both at 7.
Brad Meyer.
Say it. Just say it, bitch.
You know you love us.
And Brad.
Technically, you could sue them.
Brad's field hockey top 5. Brad would know field hockey.
That's a trademark name that you didn't use it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to have the top 10 on here? Football?
Yeah.
I didn't want one, but
with his uncle. Patrick Branch. What's that name for you? Ben File. What's that name?
Football.
Hey! There's another Files.
1.
And I know the Blanche family. There's a baseball player.
Watch out.
Wachowski.
Right. You're going over there? Dude, that's going to be sick.
for a week.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Rome.
Another Shimoni. You got two Shimonis down here.
Staying regular beach house on the beach.
Alright.
This clown.
So other than that, I should have told you.
Gary.
Right, and what was replay again? Replay was
Got
to. Alex said if I don't come,
Right here.
yeah. So he gave me that.
I don't want to know. He goes, you called the game? I was like, nah, man, I'm doing a title on work. He goes, who's calling? I'm like, and your boy's calling it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, good.
That's awesome, man.
Your dad here?
He will.
It will be. It's a little early yet.
He will be.
Okay. Alliteration.
We'll be over there standing
seconds.
at the top of the bleachers.
Right.
Morning, like,
Yeah.
oh, hell's
So
bells.
Bells.
God, man.
This is
So
really
if you
popular
go
in
here,
high
you
schools
go-
in 2019.
Right. We're on now.
19,
Yeah.
30 years.
About 30 years ago.
Oh, we good? We
Right?
live?
A little concentrated sports update.
Ah.
Who's gonna put it here?
Uh-huh.
This is the town going to packed up from Rhodey.
No, I haven't. That's the time.
Bells. Oh, I got to
Sounds
work.
Bill.
Yeah.
AC/DC.
About 30 years ago. Picking up Harmon.
He's taking it right. You get 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I'll see what's over right after. And then back to your video.
Working this weekend.
Yeah.
He's a
Here's the good thing.
Yep.
Before you go to replay.
Yeah.
Sunday morning. If he was in like New England, you could do Patriots and dinner. Exactly. Half hour from Foxborough.
Okay, leave it right after. I can see you leaving tomorrow. It's a Saturday night kickoff.
Probably shoot out up there in late November. Pretty sure it all's off. I think I heard of one of the It's on the island, right? So, Long Island?
Yeah.
It's like $30 in total.
Yeah, tonight we're going to find out which kids actually want to play football.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many are on the team
The
next
wait,
week?
the training camp is over.
We'll get
You
popped.
got an instant
They
replay
cut off
intro
Hell's
too.
Bells.
Okay. So you can go click that and then click
And
on
listen
the
for us for like the
Yeah.
genuine
Hell's
connection to the
Bells.
game, as well as
You have all that?
oh shit.
Because I forgot to switch those, but I can do them right now.
So, Pat, if I sidestep a running back, I want you to mention my name and my sweet moves.
The
My wife
first
texted
player
me
of
last
the
night.
game,
She's
right?
like, were you in an accident or something?
Crown
Yeah,
Joy.
what are we gonna do as far as
Oh, I forgot you had
Big Crown Joy.
fairest player in the game, and now that we got that thing, we gotta get out.
And I said, Jason, I
We're most improved player. You guys are just going to pick that.
She's,
We're going to pick a player of the game for
business
us.
jobs and licensing.
Yeah.
We need a player of the game for us.
But when do we do
She's
that?
actually looking at my dog. She goes,
I would do it like, yeah.
After we log off of the
child
radio.
died today. Wants to have
Yeah.
some daycare center.
We got to do ours before.
Probably going to be on the
Yeah.
news. Okay, I'll be out later than you, so she's got to work her second job tonight, and she's going to a viewing.
So we
She goes
got.
to work. She texted me said the viewing.
That ain't it.
There's 54-year-old guy had cancer. He's got 4 kids. They're all the Holy
What was the red?
Unique image. Are we doing the unique image thing or no?
I don't think we should do it this game.
She goes,
I think we should hold off on that stuff till we get it ready and
Yeah.
down and
all the
ready
old
to go.
anniversary people are in.
So nothing at all?
I don't
I'm
think we
going
should.
tomorrow. I can't make it.
I don't think we're ready for that.
Will you turn the lights on, or is that not part of the deal?
If you want to do it, we can.
I just knew my work's expecting it.
Well, we can do
I
your
don't know how
work.
long it
Yeah.
take to get full strength.
So you,
Just listen.
Yeah,
You got the replay set up?
Yep.
Perfect. Just listen for us to do it.
Of course, it'll be a pass play.
Yeah.
I guess. but-
We're,
Yeah. That's
It's
it. You know,
6:50.
we'll see. I don't know how many of those we're gonna get.
25 minutes.
This game starts when?
7:30.
7:30. Yeah.
Benny's at 7.
25 minutes so we get pregame substitutes.
They're going to do the paint doctors, red zone. None of those other ones then.
Buffalo Wild Wings blazing ahead of the game.
I like the place.
I did. Did he like it? Yeah, or
Yeah.
one he didn't like.
Well, you need
He
Mike
didn't
Quinn.
like
Brian
the
Hunt.
unique
Or
image
unique image,
player
yeah.
of the game instead of most improved.
First player.
Because how you gonna pick a most improved player? Unsung hero is what it should be.
Yeah, I'm with you. Someone that we weren't talking about before the game might have played. Or how about the unique image?
I guess no other media
Yeah,
types.
it's Ferris home improvement is most improved is what it was.
Yeah, Ferris.
You hear me now? I thought I heard voices on here.
You hear all that?
The radio. No, but like people in the background going, mute your line, mute your line. Like, who would that possibly? Either I think they just. I should not have felt that.
Damn, dude. I forgot their thing.
What?
Their video. Elliot.
Not too much. I know. There's not too many bad ones. Saeed.
Saeed, and then we have Ryan Guidibo.
Yeah, Guidibo.
It's not that bad considering some of the names you had to read off. tough part here is the size of the print.
Incredible, man. They haven't had a roster that big in, like I said, a decade.
Headset on.
So right now you should be hearing us and the radio. Is that right?
You hear both?
Now when you talk, we shouldn't be able to hear you. Say something. All right, cool. All right. And then, because if I were to do this,
we could hear you.
You'd be on the air.
We're gonna have you muted just so you can hear in, so you can go to the commercial
and
at the right time.
And we could always, like you said, like they have those the refs in the booth. If there's something that a rule about, or if there's something that you see out there, we'll go right to you and we'll just turn you up.
Okay.
And then you come in with it, and then we'll go right back out.
That'd be good.
Right? Yeah. This is gonna annoy me. Sorry?
Christiana wants cut out though, so be careful, it'll fall out.
I figured we'll use my phone as the clock just for while we go. We make sure we're on time. But like you said, we should be fine if we just go right off here.
Hold on to what we've got. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. That's a lot for love.
We're good. No, we're good.
7:15 we'll go on.
Good evening, ladies. I'm peeking hard. Good evening, ladies. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into 302 Sports and Fox Sports 1290's presentation of Delaware High School football. Tonight we present to you the 302 Sports Kickoff Classic as we have partnered with DIFCA or DIFCA and are extremely proud to take over the Kickoff Classic this year. And it has been a great tradition over the past few seasons. We are live from Caravel Academy, Bob Peoples Stadium, as St. Elizabeth is set to take on Christiana. I'm joined now by my broadcasting partner, Pat Garianis. And Pat, the autumn wind is a Viking, and I love that when I read it. The autumn wind is a Viking and not a pirate.
That's right, a little Hard Knocks tradition there, the Oakland Raiders, obviously the famous poem, but nah, you're right, Nick. It's a great night for football. There's a little brisk feel in the air tonight. And, thanks to everybody who's viewing on 302 Sports, as well as listening here on Fox Sports 1290. Both teams looking to bounce back, Nick, after last year. Both teams failing to make the playoffs. And you look at it, St. Elizabeth on one end started last year 5-1 before things kind of fell apart in the end of the year. Ended up at 5-5. Christiana started off very competitive to start the year off, and things kind of went downhill for them too towards the end, finishing at 3-6. And I know that both coaches are looking to have that bounce back. And so what's changed, right? How's this change going to happen? Well, both teams seem to have increased their rosters. We know for a fact St. Elizabeth had 51 kids come out for the roster this year, the most they've had since the Andre Patton era back at St. Elizabeth about a decade ago when I was around. And you look at Christiana, they got a pretty solid squad too now, numbers-wise, and they actually have enough players to field a JV team, which is a very, very big thing for that program to continue to develop football players.
And you mentioned it, Pat, depth, such a big issue, especially for these two programs, but obviously looking up going forward, especially with the grind of a 10-week season as we're about to get everything set here. And one thing that has changed the past few seasons for both of these programs are the men that are leading the charge. You look over at St. E's, Pat and Marvin Dooley entering year number 2. Mike Kinlaw takes over the helm at Christiana. So, Pat, how does that new energy help these teams and coaches?
Yeah, no, it's a great point. Energy, right? That's how you get the numbers you've seen here, as we just talked about. 51 on St. E's side, around 40 over on the Christiana side. Both coaches when we caught up with them earlier in the week, we asked them, well, what are some of the things you have instituted into the program with Kinlaw in year 1 and Coach Dooley in year 2? And they both pointed to focusing on discipline. And you know, Nick, you were a part of a state championship team at St. Mark's. Obviously, I was at St. E's when we were winning games as well. The teams that are playing in November and early December are the teams who are disciplined, and they don't beat themselves, right? And that's what these two teams are trying to focus on, and I think it's the correct focus, to take that the next step as a program. And obviously, they're going to get a chance here tonight to see if they will, do that or not. This is a good first step for both of them.
Absolutely. Both teams now on the main stage here for the 302 Sports Kickoff Classic. 1 of 2 games tonight, Pat, but now we'll dive in, take a closer look at this one. What are some players you're looking to keep an eye on for both of these teams here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you look at it here, but we'll start with St. E's. You're looking at transfer running back and defensive back, number 6, Thomas Mosley. We, of course, visited both teams at practice, and Coach Dooley has said, this guy's the key to our offense. Expect him to get the bulk of the carries tonight, and how he goes, we go type of way. Also look at number 89, Luke Schiavone. There's a long heritage of Schiavone's at St. Elizabeth. Luke will be factored into the offense through the air as a tight end. And also look for him to get after it on the defensive side of the ball as a pass rushing defensive end. And then Gavin McCarthy, number 65 for St. E's. Look for him to anchor both sides of the line. He's the guy who started his career at St. E's, played at a very early on freshman sophomore year, transfers over to St. Mark's, plays last year for the Spartans, then decides to transfer back and finish out his career at St. Lee's. That's a very unique story there, so look for him on both sides. And then you go over to the other side of the ball to Christiana. A couple guys to really keep an eye on. Nair Lally, number 1, wide receiver, tight end. He'll be getting in the mix offensively in the passing game, and also as a safety, pretty decent-sized kid as well. Also look for Zaid Barnes, right, number 3 for Christiana. Quarterback and wide receiver. Not a combo you typically see in high school, playing 2 positions offensively and also as a defensive back. And then on the line, Ryan Guidibo, number 50 for them. He, much like McCarthy, will be trying to anchor both sides of the ball for Christiana. So those are some guys to keep an eye on, for sure.
Absolutely great insight there, Pat. A lot of great players overall in this one here tonight. And we're going to take our first break of the evening as we near kickoff here at the 302 Sports Kickoff Classic. We come back, we'll take a look at our top 10s around the state of Delaware here, focusing on football, and we'll talk about some keys to the game right here on 302 Sports, Fox Sports 1290, and the iHeartRadio app.
That's clean.
Yeah, that was clean. We're good.
And
stuff.
it'll be
That's
nice you'll have this so we can look down and see if we got to slow down or not. Huh? Yeah, I did. I tried to do it during lunch today. I took what you had and tried. Nah, it was perfect. I mean, I couldn't have did anything until lunch anyway. I'm busy as hell at work. You'll recognize the one name on St. E's. St. E's? Are you doing stats? You're the man, dude. You're the absolute man. 51. Must have been. You got the numbers 35. That's 51 and 35. Is that correct? 35. They probably do. They probably got kids. I know at Delcastle we had kids playing both. Especially the younger guys. They don't have many seniors. So. Number 9.
Well,
at least they
CJ Small.
I think they were online yesterday.
No, I think Nick had to pry it out of them.
And the crowd starting to pile in here at Bob Peoples Stadium. We are live
an old lineman. This guy's a
But
tight
still
end.
coming in hot.
3'9".
Sager's
Does
his
he
big
start?
boy.
Yeah? No, I
No,
don't think he starts.
he's only a
Scott.
he's a freshman.
And then,
He's got these, sir.
and then on,
He's
I don't
not
know the
starting.
defensive guys. When you see defensive guys, just put a notch next to them for the tackle.
Crazy.
Alright, you know what I'll do?
That's
Look, I'll do this. Got an idea. That'll be an interception. This would be a fumble.
Nah,
And then it scratches the tackle.
sorry, we still got young
Okay,
guys.
yeah, look, and
That's
that's,
it. It won't be too cold. This won't fog up.
You just write it next to them. Just put TD.
Okay.
That's what now when you do it.
Do you like say their name, how many yards they just rushed for?
No, the announcer.
Oh, the announcer does. Okay.
Yeah, just listen for the guy on the other side.
Alright, where's my catering before I beat someone up?
Chris Broussard?
Is that who it is? I
Yeah.
heard Rob Parker earlier. Oh, that's what was supposed to be on the Rob Parker Christmas Sorry show or whatever.
What's up, buddy?
I gotta tell you, I got inside information. Carmelo Anthony, he's better than most players out there right now.
Yeah, but listen, Skip, listen.
Shannon Sharp is gold. He's a national treasure.
I got inside sources who are telling me Chris. Everyone flames him on Twitter.
I
Dude.
was saying,
Chris Broussard.
KD was like,
Chris
cap,
Broussard.
cap, cap, cap.
You know who my favorite ending was? ESPN, Tim Kurchin.
Yeah, I love Tim Kirkton too. My man.
And this is the craziness that's
Yeah.
going on in baseball right now.
So funny.
Albert Pujols has a slugging percentage of 675 over the last 5 years.
That's good, dude. That was good.
Let's go to Tim Kirkton, who's down on the sideline. I'm gonna just give it to you.
Albert Pujols is 3 for 5 with a home run and 2 RBIs today, and that's all I got for you. This is Tim Kurchin, ESPN.
Tim Kirkton, ESPN.
That was good, Guida.
Oh my. Can you hear Guida's softball game?
Huh?
Can you hear Guida's softball game on the stream when Nick had him on the
Oh yeah, you're gonna be in camera here. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Who?
Just
Hey,
smile.
Fellers?
Hey, chicken avocado sandwich.
I'll be like, God damn, see the sexiest guy working for 302 over here?
302's packing heat.
Announcement in the softball is awesome. Like,
This
nice
fucking
rip.
cord
Another nice rip.
is gonna annoy the shit out of me.
We got a Shad Walker over here with the pancake.
7 minutes.
How many kickers do you have? Who's the best player? Who's like the top
I
two
don't know.
players you look out for each team?
Awesome. Thank you, Earl. Appreciate it. Okay. No.
We're good.
You're the best, Earl. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that loop, that would mess me up.
Oh yeah, I remember it happened. It happened to Scott one time.
Oh. Check, check. Remember, we're looking here when we start.
do the wide receiver kick.
Check one, and he's at the 15, the 10, the 5. And he's in for a touchdown. Okay, did not peek. Check. Good to go. So we're doing it on the radio also tonight, so we're on the radio and 302. Fox Sports 1290 and
Call Nick. That's not good.
Because we didn't know how many jerseys. We didn't know how many jerseys we had. They just gave the jerseys.
We're gonna have to start on the radio either way, but just so you know,
it doesn't matter. We'll just
the
go
Lake
here.
Forest Polytech game's coming through.
Oh my goodness, the Lynx. So we got about a little less than 2 minutes now.
Yeah.
Check one, check two, check one. Is the hearing in your ear good?
Yeah, we're good.
Get the crowd mic in here.
I might want to turn that down.
Lower at all?
I
Like
would
take it off for
just
pregame?
take it off until because the music.
We're getting the Polytech game on our stream. Polytech and Lake Forest. Yeah.
Almost time. Almost 30 seconds, I think, or close to. Sounds good. Thank you, Earl. All right, ready? And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in to 302 Sports and Fox Sports 1290's presentation of Delaware High School football. Tonight we present to you the 302 Sports Kickoff Classic, as we here at 302 Sports have partnered with DIFCA, the DIFCA, and are extremely proud to take over the Kickoff Classic, as it has been a great tradition over the past few seasons. So now we are live at Caravelle Academy, Bob Peoples Stadium, for St. Elizabeth's taking on Christiana to get the football underway here in the first state of Delaware tonight. And now I'm joined by my broadcasting partner, Patrick Arianis. Pat, the autumn wind is a Viking, not a pirate.
You gotta love it, right? The old John Facenda NFL Films reference right there. But no, you're not kidding here, Nick. The autumn wind is in the air. We got temperatures dropping down into the 60s tonight. It feels great. It's beautiful football weather, and I'm excited. I really am. Football is back, and thanks to everybody who will be watching here on 302 Sports, as well as listening on Fox Sports 1290. We got ourselves a good one coming up here. Both teams, both St. E's and Christiana, looking to bounce back after disappointing ends to their season last year. St. Elizabeth started off 5-1, believe it or not, Nick. They were looking very good in the Division II realm. Depth seemed to be an issue last year for the Vikings. They dropped their last 4 games, ended up 5-5 and missing out on the dance. Christiana, on the same token, very competitive to start the year off. We're right in games before kind of falling apart towards the end, finishing the year at 3-6. So they're going to look to turn things around, and in order to do that, things have to change, right? So what's different about these two programs? Well, both teams have seen an increase in roster size, and that's
and then
a
we
start.
talked about that off air there. That depth is such a huge issue here, especially for these two programs, for them to build that back up now for this upcoming season.
Absolutely, and especially when you get into the second half of the season, injuries are going to happen. You're going to need guys to step up and fill voids. St. Elizabeth, 51 players on their roster. It's a high for them since the days of Eric Patton, Andre Patton, back in 2010 when they won Division II as well. I don't want to name drop him, but yeah, no, they haven't had the numbers like that. So that is big time for Coach Dooley entering his second season. Christiana, in the same token, has done a great job trying to develop a program over there. Coach Mike Kinlaw in his first season.
And they're going to drop back, roll out to the left, has a man open, hit. As soon as he catches it, holds on to it, picks up about a yard on the play.
Colin Jacks with a good stop.
That's going to bring up, we talked about him in the pregame, Nathan McGrath, who makes the catch.
And there was a little bit of experience. He was turned in where you're going to do an out route. You got to get that shoulder back. Get him the ball a little early and let him see, let him run.
Third and goal from the 9 for Lake Forest. And he's going to roll out right this time. And has a man briefly open, catches it. That's a touchdown, Lake Forest. So the Lake Forest Spartans, they start the Delaware High School season off.
Was it Jalen Morris?
Number 7, Jalen Morris, yeah. Pass from Galindez. Touchdown, Spartans. And on the, said they're going to go for 2 here? No, he's holding T.
He's holding T.
So Lake Forest on the kick is looks like number 41, Cade Collins. Snap's good, is down, kick is up, and good. 7-0, Lake Forest leads. Folks, we're going to go to the Barclay Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. We got one score. It's Milford High School. They lead Indian River 6-0. Probably a must-win for the Bucks moving into Division I. Have to play a Division II opponent right off the bat. But the Beaufort Buccaneers, they're up 6-0 over Indian River. We're 7-0 here, folks.
Yeah, they're going to have Milford's going to have a challenge playing in the bigger conference this year.
And that's the end of the first quarter, 6-0. So a little rough getting in into the end zone for Lake Forest. We had some fumbles, a little trouble in the red zone, and but they're able to get it in. They lead 7-0. Back deep, number 14 for Polytech, Demetrius Fontanelle. And I can't quite catch the other number. Need a little thicker white trim on those numbers.
Yes, yes.
And the ball's away, and it's going to go into the corner. Fontanelle's lets it go. So 1st and 10 for the Spartans at their own 20.
Now see if they can get something going. They had I think it was a bad snap last time. I think it hit the up back. And on play 1, it was a pass interference.
Right. This is actually my second time getting to watch the Lake Forest band this year. Got to watch them at State Fair.
Okay.
during the parade. Here we go, 1st and 10 for Polytech at their own 20.
Shotgun with a stack eye.
And it's going to be dive up the middle. He's going to pick up maybe a yard. Number 33 on the carry, Brian Scott Hill, a junior.
It's like Wade Brooks on the tackle.
Gain of 1. 2nd and 9 for Polytech. 3:43 to go here in the first quarter. Again, shotgun formation for the Panthers. Tight formation, though. And it's going to be a handoff again. Off the left side, turns up to the middle. He's going to get about maybe another yard.
Taj McNair on the tackle for
Actually
Lake.
2. Make it a 3rd and 7.
And I'm just watching that D line is really holding the neutral zone for Lake.
3rd and 7 for Polytech.
And they have some nice size up front.
Now they spread out, slot to the right, receiver wide to the left. Bumps into his running back, has to cut back up the middle. Ball's on the ground. It's going to be tempted to pick up, still on the ground. And it's going to be Lake Forest football. So another turnover for Polytech. And he just kind of.
Hunter Hanfold, caused the fumble, number 63. Excuse me, that was Wade Brooks. Wade Brooks caused the fumble, 63.
And that's going
I'm sorry.
That's going to put us in the Lasher's Barbecue red zone. First and goal for Lake Forest.
Not sure who.
Well, he bumped into his own to the running back and then had to turn back and ran right into a couple of Spartans there waiting. 2:33 to go here. And we're going to get a timeout. Polytech, and we're going to take one with them, folks. Your score, Lake Forest 7, Polytech 0. We'll be right back with the Kickoff Classic.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvement's pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust.
And welcome back to Woodside. First and goal at the 3-yard line for the Lake Forest Spartans. They lead 7-0. And second fumble inside the red zone tonight for the Polytech Panthers. And getting a little chippy early. That's our guy we talked about the pregame, Chris Thompson, driving his guy. And now we got a flag. Over on the Polytech side. And no gain on the play, it looks like. So the yard marker has not moved.
I didn't even see the.
Oh, they gave him a touchdown. Okay, I did
not see the signal.
And that was confirmed by the official in the box, and we did not see a signal. So touchdown for the Spartans. As they go up 13-0 on the kick, number 41, Cade Collins.
And they were.
And another whistle on the kick. I guess the penalty's going to go on the kickoff.
On the defense. Jumped off sides.
A little sloppy here in the first quarter attack.
Yep.
We've had, maybe 8 to 10 penalties, or 7 to 8 penalties right now. And a couple with, 3 fumbles?
Yeah.
That's week 1. So, re-kick.
It was no good.
No, it was all sides on Polytech. Kicks up and good. We have a 14-0 score here in the Kickoff Classic. And, folks, we're going to take a commercial timeout. We'll be right back for the rest of the first quarter.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts.
And I'm Danae from Matt's Fish Camp.
Come check us out.
Matt's Fish Camp is the small local fish joint with 2 locations on Coastal Highway in North Bethany Beach and Lewis, where we serve up traditional coastal fare in a casual atmosphere with house specialties like colossal crab cakes, lobster rolls, and fried Ipswich clams, along with crowd pleasers like fish and chips, fried shrimp, and a daily selection of fresh caught fish. Matt's Fish Camp, serving up lunch and dinner 7 days a week, all year.
Locations in Bethany Beach and Lewis, Delaware. See you soon.
Welcome back to Woodside. Benny Mitchell here with Jim Tack on 302 Sports, and the penalty Jim is going to be taken on the kickoff, so he'll be kicking from the Polytech 45. 14-0, Lake Forest leads.
This is the place for the onside.
Right.
You're in their territory already.
So number 41, Cade Collins, the kickoff from the Polytech 45. He kicked the last one through the end zone. And the kick's away on the ground, low knuckler. And they're going to pick it up at about the 4-yard line. And big hit and a flag. Looks like it might be a hold. That was number 14 on the return, Demetrius Fontel. Got it back out to about close to the 20, but we're going to have a flag on the play. And it's going to be
Keandra Scott.
I think they're saying it's a fumble, too.
Wow.
Like a block in the back, decline, fumble. That's another turnover.
Wow.
For Polytech. You know, in the other game, the Kickoff Classic, first time, like tonight's the first time Polytech's been on 302 Sports. Christiana High School is on the other game with St. Elizabeth. And Christiana High School may be on some tough days over the last decade or so. They got two guys that played in the NFL that came out of Christiana High School. Jamie Duncan, who played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Dan Reeder, who played for the Raiders in Pittsburgh.
Wow.
So there's a school that's, kind of on hard times, but has a couple NFLers out of there. So here we go, 1st and 10. We're in the Lasher red zone. Again, pitch to number 6, Moore. And he tries to dance around a defender and can't do it. He's going to lose about, call it 4 on the play. 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 14.
Nice job over there. They seem to have that short motion scouted pretty well. And I'm struggling to see these numbers.
Yeah, the Polytech numbers plus. I got a dirty window here. Minute 45 to go here in the first quarter. Fakes the pitch, rolls back under pressure, back to the left, picks up a couple blocks, and down the sideline, out of bounds. Pickup of about, call it 7 or 8 on the play for number 5, Damian Galindez. So it made a little something out of nothing there.
Yep. Better than giving up 10.
Gain of 6. 3rd down. 3rd down and 8 for Lake Forest. That is a pretty sunset over those trees, isn't it, Jim?
It is.
It's also It's also causing us trouble seeing the numbers. And there's another fake toss, and he's wrapped. Oh, he just throws it away.
That may be backwards. Close. Okay, they called it incomplete.
They call it incomplete. And that's twice he's done that on a pitch, and he did that there.
They don't have anybody locked down on the end.
No.
Who's coming through and
Coach Johnson's saying, take the sack, young man. Take the sack.
I don't think they've come back with that counter yet.
No, they haven't.
Been their best play.
We saw it twice.
Yeah.
Now the ball's been moved up a yard. And another Lake Forest timeout. And, Jim, we're going to take one with us and find out where that yard came from. I thought the ref called it incomplete. The clock stopped. But we'll be right back, folks, with more of the first quarter.
Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create. Unique Image.
And welcome back to Woodside. 14-0. Lake Forest leads with 1:23 to play here in the first quarter. They're back in the red zone on a 4th down. 4th and call it, now the yard marker has moved back. So that's 4th and 8. Shotgun for the Spartans. Galindez fakes the handoff, throws over the middle, and incomplete. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Polytech will take over 1st and 10 at about their own, looks like 16-yard line. So a lot of first game jitters,
first
first game
game
mistakes. Just makes me think probably going to see cramps in the third quarter week 1.
Favorite week 1, yeah. What's the thing you remember about week 1 the most? Cramps.
Right.
And then I love when they just leave them lay there. And I'm like, I'm not being mean, but like drag them off and stretch them out and continue here. It's a cramp.
Kids have school tomorrow. These two teams not far apart from each other. I think maybe 5-6 miles these two schools are. So 1st and 10 for Polytech. In the shotgun is Tassione. Motion goes to the far side. And it's going to be a handoff, inside handoff. And Lake Forest pushes them back. Looks like they may have lost a yard.
They are.
Johnson on the carry. And looks like no gain.
Christopher Thompson on the tackle. They've tried to go on that left side several times now, and they've not been able to do that.
2nd and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
And I think Johnson is I think that time he was on the nose.
Right. Thompson, you mean?
Thompson, I'm sorry.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, he is.
So this time spreads them out, trips to the near side. Wide receiver split to the far right side of the field. 2nd and 10. Tassione takes the snap out of the shotgun, drops back, looks for a little to the back, out of the backfield. And he's going to get it out to about the 22-yard line, pickup of 7 on the play.
Now, they may have found something there because they only had 2 covering 3.
Right.
And then when he swung the back out, it made 4 on 2. So, you cat and mouse around. May have found something there. Curtis Spencer, 19 on that tackle.
And they're going to let the quarter run out, folks. So at the end of the first quarter, your score, Lake Forest 14, Polytech 0. Folks, we'll be right back with the second quarter of tonight's 302 Sports DIFCA Kickoff Classic.
At Capstone Homes, we believe your new home should be designed and inspired by you. Our comprehensive new home experience will give you peace of mind. We have in-house design and drafting, selection centers, and model homes throughout Sussex County so you can experience different layouts. And a terrific team that takes an amazing amount of pride in each and every home we build. Create your new home. Create a Capstone home. At Capstone Homes, we believe your new...
The Director of Events at Baywood Greens. Planning a wedding is an exciting and wonderful time. Let us help you make it great. Our experienced team of hospitality professionals coordinate and execute every detail to provide a stress-free experience so you can focus on the moment. From food to flowers, we prepare everything on site, tailored to your vision. Let Baywood Greens transform your next event to a memorable experience. I'm Sarah.
And welcome back to the 302 Sports DIFCA Kickoff Classic. 14-0 Lake Forest leads. Polytech with the ball with a 3rd and 3 at their own 22-yard line. Second quarter action getting ready to get underway. 4 games on tap tonight. Our other Kickoff Classic up north at Caraval High School features Christiana and St. Elizabeth. Battle of the Vikings. 3rd and 3 for Polytech. It's going to be a handoff to the left, the right side. And maybe got about 2 on the play. Going to bring up a 4th and 1. Number 21 on the carry, Brian Johnson. And going to be a 4th and 1. Pack, you're trailing 14-0. You were 1-9 last year.
Go for it.
Yes, go for it.
McGray, number 9, on the inside backers. On the stop. Here's where there's a disadvantage of being, I think, in the shotgun all the time. When you need that quick, short sneak from under.
And they need, looks like less than a yard here.
Yeah.
4th and inches for Polytech, and they're gonna go. They're gonna stay in the shotgun. And we have whistles on the play. And looks like coach is changing the play. Signaling, we got some guys moving around. 4th and inches. And it's going to be, again, another inside handoff to Johnson. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. That's the first down tonight for Polytech. So
I
first and 10.
apologize. I could not get the number.
Of the carrier or the tackler?
On the tackle.
Johnson was the carrier. Tassione bringing the play in from the sideline. First and 10 at the 26-yard line for Polytech. And Tassione in the shotgun with a tight formation. Ball's on the ground again. I think Lake Forest may have got it.
They tried to get a double handoff. They were bringing a reverse back this way.
They're going to say Polytech covers the ball. It went to that ball went to the ground quick.
Right.
Loss of 4 on the play brings up 2nd and 14 for Polytech. 14-0, the Spartans lead.
Again, their best play was a flare pass, which they're in that alignment right now.
Yeah, they're in that trips to the right here.
Trips to the right with the back would give them 4 receivers, and they have an advantage here. Nice read.
Over the middle, in and out of the hands.
He picked the right guy.
Yeah, he was wide open. It was number 33, Brian Scott Hill. Correction, number 35, Zion. I'm going to try this. Yayiri. 3rd and 14 for Polytech. Yeah, it looks like the linebacker stepped out and took away that flare, and he had a man open over the middle.
And he had him,
Third and 14 for Polytech at their own 20, call it the 7-yard line. Able to handle a snap. Throws, I don't know if he got that or not.
Somebody needs to make a call.
Whistle's been blown, but nobody's.
He's going to call it.
That was to Jax, and they're going to say completed. And that didn't come out of his hand the way he wanted to, but.
And that was the headlines that made the call, but I give him credit. Nobody else was really making a call.
You're right.
Yeah. The back judges were kind of back. I don't know.
They're blowing their whistle.
Yeah.
First and 10 for Polytech. They're at their own 38-yard line. And now they're going to spread out to that trips again. And Lake's still 2-on-3 out here, Coach.
Yep.
Tassione takes a snap, looks to his left side, has a man
He's
open. That's
open.
number 14, Fontanelle. And he's got a first down and more. He takes it into Lake Forest territory, down to about the Lake Forest 41. And Polytech's in business, Tech.
Yep, they found a mismatch out here. They're really, Lake Forest adjustment, they're a man short.
First and 10 for Polytech. 3 first downs on this drive. Prior to this, they had they kind of stumbled and 2-3 fumbles and.
Yeah, they could not run it inside.
Now they're going to go slot to the left. 2 backs in the backfield. Motion coming to the near side. Tassione takes the snap. And a little confusion looks like in the backfield, and Lake Forest is just going to snuff that. Loss of about 3 on the play, 2nd and 13. That was Johnson on the carry. Somebody was going in the wrong direction there, Tack, because they kind of found each other.
Just got it got messed up pretty fast. It's even tougher when you're in shotgun and you're bringing somebody in motion.
Right.
The timing is
2nd and 13 for Polytech.
I think that was our nose guard in there that time.
Thompson's been in the backfield a lot tonight. And we're going to get a whistle on the play.
My goodness.
I'm not sure what it is. Equipment, maybe? Number 19 goes off the field. That's Curtis Spencer. And play whistle back into play. So here we go. 2nd and 13. Tassione drops back, looks to the fly pattern down the right
look
side.
at
He's
this.
got number 10. Oh, off the fingertips of number 10, Trent Jacks. And he had a couple steps on the defender.
Was not a bad ball.
And it looked like Tassione was looking for him all the way, right from the snap. Third and 13 for Polytech.
The quarterback's out. His blood on his hand, and he can't find a trainer or anybody to help him. He's right down here in front of the bench.
In comes number 1, Nakal Norman. And we're going to have a timeout. Polytech. Been a rough start here to the kickoff classic. But, folks, we're going to come right back with a timeout of our own. Your score in the midway through the second quarter. Lake Forest 14, Polytech 0. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company and a food truck right here on the Culinary Coast in southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. And Matt's Fish Camp, located on Route 1 in North Bethany Beach, your classic seafood shack. At Sodell, we believe in beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering.
Welcome back to Polytech High School here in Woodside, Delaware. We have an updated score on our Barclay Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. Milford now up 14-0 on Indian River. So the Bucks looking to get out to 1-0 to start the season. That's number 1, Norman, and he gets it back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 4th and 10. Pick up a 3 on the play. Tassian still being attended to on the sideline with the blood on his hand. 4th and 10 at the Lake Forest 41. And it looks like the punt team's coming on. Good. It looks like Tassian needs the punter too. So 4th and 10 at their own 41. Back number 8, or is that a 6?
That is tough.
Moore, and number 7, Morris. Oh, and Thompson almost gets to it.
He must have touched it because they didn't throw a flag.
And it's going to be marked dead. And Coach Mason not happy. He wants to ask the official about it. Lake Forest to take over 1st and 10. And looks like they're going to spot it about the 26-yard line. Thompson creating some havoc in the Polytech backfield attack.
He is. He gets off the ball pretty darn well.
$5:51 to play here in the second quarter. Lake Forest is going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 26. This game seems to be dragging.
It is. This is slow.
The changeovers, the marking of the ball.
There's been a lot of interruptions
Right.
for. They haven't been fouls, but
Right.
for example, here the wrong ball.
And we started the game that way.
And this is the 3rd time now that I've seen it.
It's week one for everybody. Even us. We had a little trouble getting started. Here come the Spartans. 1st and 10. Motion going to the far side, and that's going to be Johnson off the right side. Stutter steps, gets a little bit more out of bounds at the 39. First down for the Spartans. So they're kind of getting that guy rolling now.
That's the guy I think you want to get. That's going to open up the quarterback, keep on the option, and then the pitch also.
At their own 39-yard line, 1st and 10.
Gain of 14 yards. First down.
Same play with Johnson, and same thing, running room on the right side, and he's going to have another first down.
Keep pounding him.
1st and 10 for Lake Forest.
Now this will cause Poly to have to make an adjustment. Maybe bring another man up in. I think they can, because I don't think that Lake Forest has much of a passing threat as they do a running threat.
1st and 10 now on the Polytech side of the ball, on the Polytech 48. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right, Tech?
That's right.
Johnson with another, looks like maybe 5 or 6 on the play. Want to thank some of our staff here tonight. Trey Mitchell on the camera, and our stat man's back. I think maybe the most important guy to the
Marvelous Marvel.
Yeah,
He's
Dave
here.
Marvel. He's our
the
stat man. 2nd and 5. Under 5 to play here in the first half.
Poly's made the adjustment we talked about. They've gone to a 6-man line, Benny.
Right. And it's going to be Johnson. He keeps the feet moving.
Yeah, keeps the feet moving.
And he's going to be just short of the first down.
They did adjust.
Brings up a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, they brought a linebacker out and brought a wide body in up front. So they're playing with 6 down guys right now.
Approaching 4 minutes to play here in the first half. 3rd and long 1. Speed sweep with number 26, Allen. And he gets a first down. I'm sure Coach Johnson would like to tack on one more before we get into half. He's got time to do it. 3:51 to go.
First down, Lake Forest.
Still 14-0 down in Dagsboro, Frankfurt. 1st and 10 for Lake Forest. Runs into his back. Lendez looking for some running room, nowhere to go. He's just going to get down. And loss of 7 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 17.
Tracked down by Fontel.
No score in the other kickoff classic game. St. Elizabeth and Christiana trading fumbles right now. 2nd and 17. And it looked like Glendez wanted to get out there and pass. Tack. It just ran into his back.
Yep.
Going to fake the toss. And got a man
nice
out
ball.
in the flat, and he's got it. Going to be short of the first down. That's number 6.
Tell you what,
Malachi Moore.
He got back, set his feet. The ball came out of there very nice, and they had somebody on the front side end.
2nd and 2. That kid's only a junior. Him and Johnson both only juniors. 2nd and a long 2 for Lake Forest. Motion to the far side. Hand off to Johnson. He's got a big hole, but a flag on the play. Maybe 2 flags. And Johnson's going to rumble for a touchdown, but I think that might be coming back.
That might be a hole.
That's in the holding area. He had a huge hole on the right side. And that's Thompson on that right side, isn't it?
Yes.
And going to be holding on Lake Forest on a 3rd and 2. That's going to back it up. So that's going to make it about a 3rd and, call it 7. 2:16 to play here in the half. And that's Johnson. No, that's number, is that 1? Number 4, Isaiah Johnson, the carrier.
He settles, yeah.
Picks up, gets it out to about the 25, 4th down.
Yeah.
Inside the 25. So it's going to be about a 4th and 5. Under 2 minutes to play here in the half. Hand off to Johnson. Oh, he's got a big hole on the right side. He's got the first down.
Nice.
And he's going to go out of bounds.
Outside belly. Yeah, he followed that line very nicely.
He's looks like the kind of guy, if he gets that side, he's like a strider, but he does kind of run up straight up a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's not met too many people until he's broke the line of scrimmage today. We have another penalty. Another hold on Lake Forest. It's going to bring up a 4th and 10. Sloppy season opener all around.
It is. This is not what you hope for.
Fourth and 10 for Lake Forest. 1 touchdown called back in this drive. And Galinda's going to drop back, has a man down the sideline. And
pick.
Incomplete. Or is he calling it a pick and a touchback? Intercepted in the end zone. It's kind of, he gave us a couple signals down there. Looked like a little bit of incomplete, a little bit of touchback. So that's 5 turnovers in this half.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 with 1:22 to go here in the first half. Polytech takes over at their own 20. And these two teams, they're going to have to go into halftime and clean some things up, Tech.
Oh, yeah, there's a.
Yeah, 2 holding penalties on that drive. Took away a first down, took away a touchdown. 5 turnovers, a ton of penalties in this game.
You know, my problem with that, they're leaving Poly hang around.
Right, you're right. Tassione drops back, looks down the left sideline, has a man with a.
He has a gun on him.
Yeah,
he
he
can
does.
throw.
Incomplete.
He's come a long way since his first pass.
Yes.
The balls look good.
Yeah. 2nd and 10.
And he's going to be a tired young fella running back and forth to the sideline.
Both quarterbacks are running the plays in and out. 2nd and 10 at their own 20 for Polytech. Tassione in the shotgun. Trips to the near side. And a toss action with it. And we got a flag on the play. Johnson on the carry. Picks up about 5, but another flag, and it's going to be procedure on Polytech. So that's going to back it up 5 to a 2nd and 15. No score in our other kickoff classic here on the Barclay Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. St. Elizabeth Christiana locked up 0-0, and Milford still leads Indian River 14-0. No score on the the Battle of the Bulldog. The Battle for the Bone. The Brandywine Bulldogs and the Laurel Bulldogs. Trey and I were calling them the Red Dogs and the Blue Dogs.
Oh, Brandywine. That's a bit of a hike for them.
Yeah,
huh?
coming out
right against the PA line.
Well, yeah, probably the last school up north in Delaware, maybe Archmere, but public school it is. So actually, it must be a holding penalty. Mark it back 10, second and 20. Approaching a minute to play here. Testing, and we have another whistle.
Oh my God!
Timeout, Lake Forest.
I'm sorry.
And we're going to take one with them, folks.
It's the last one. I guess they got.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvements' pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust.
And we're back as Polytech comes off the timeout, the Lake Forest timeout. Second and 20. Ball at their own 10-yard line. 14-0, Lake Forest leads this game. And the Milford Indian game at the half, 14-0. Here we go, second and 20. 52 seconds to play here in the half. Slots to both sides. Pistol formation. Tassin takes the snap. Looks over the middle. Incomplete. Looking for number 11, Cameron Mack. Ball just didn't quite get there. Third and 20. Now, I thought Lake Forest was in a good position to put this game to bed. And
that would be my, I don't want to say it's criticism, but they've let them hang around.
Yeah, you're right.
And they should be up by 28 points right now.
And now they're going to go tight formation. And inside handoff. That's 21 Johnson, picks up maybe 2 on the play. And it's going to bring up a fourth down. I think both teams may be out of timeouts. I think both teams are out of timeout, so this is probably going to take us into the half.
Yep. Thompson again on the tackle. He could be my pest.
Yeah, you're right. He's
around the
spent
ball.
A lot of time in the backfield. Yeah. And 10 seconds, they're going to break the huddle. And
this could backfire.
And that's going to be a handoff to Johnson. Nowhere to go. Tackle on the play, 74. Byron Freeland. And, folks, that's going to take us to the half. Your halftime score, Lake Forest Spartans 14, Polytech Panthers 0. Folks, we'll be back at the end of the half. I believe we're having a 15-minute half, I think I heard, with some stats, halftime stats. Folks, we'll be right back to you. And welcome back, folks. We have some halftime stats to you, brought to you by Arena's Deli. Arena's Deli, they're all over the place. Milford, Rehoboth, Long Neck, Newark, pick one. I prefer, personally, I like the Cajun chicken cheesesteak, but that's just me. Your score at the half, 14-0. Lake Forest leads over Polytech. Let's start with the Polytech Panthers. Total yards, 46, passing 39, rushing 7. They have 3 first downs, but the killer for them has been the 3 turnovers, Tack.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if they go in and talk about it at halftime, they're going to have to, if they're going to stay in the shotgun, they're going to have to sprint out, get outside the rush. And they've found that Polytech is undershifting to the 3 receivers with the back to that side. They're just not ready to handle things up front yet.
And for Lake Forest, 130 total yards, 19 passing yards, 111 on the ground, 9 first downs, and 2 big turnovers. But I think the biggest thing is the penalties Lake Forest is committing, the holding penalties. Took away a touchdown, took away another first down. They should be up 20-21 to nothing right now.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. The holding has been a nightmare for them. They don't have that. They're up 28. Johnson is running the ball real hard. They've started to find a little bit more of a touch with the passing game. But give Johnson the ball. I don't think they're going to be able to stop it and stop holding.
Well, Morris had the first touchdown on the pass from Galindez at 4:10 in the first quarter to go up 7-0, and then Johnson with the 4-yard run, the one where we never saw a touchdown signal.
Right.
That was Johnson on the carry to get a touchdown. And then Johnson, 8 carries, 50 yards. Number 26 on, 5 carries, 35 yards. And for Polytech, number 14, Demetrius Fontel, he's really been their guy making things happen. We saw him
on the sideline with his helmet off.
Yeah,
helmet was on the ground. I don't know if he's injured or they were giving him a break. I wasn't sure.
He was kind of rolling his ankle a little bit.
Yeah.
But quarterback-wise, Galindez 3 of 6 for 19 yards and an interception plus a touchdown. And Tassione 3 of 7 for 39 yards. So the passing game not really happening right now for either team. But I think the biggest key is turnovers for Polytech and penalties for Lake Forest.
Yep.
Folks, we're going to take a quick time out. That was your Arena Deli halftime stats. Brought to you by Arena Deli. Find one in somewhere around you. Folks, we'll be right back with second half football.
Dover Federal on 60 years in business in Delaware.
You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Congratulations, Dover Federal on 60 years in business in Delaware.
You've been by.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvements' pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust. Life's too short.
Welcome back to your Soto Concepts halftime show with Benny Mitchell and Jim Tack. Stats by Dave Marvel. And, of course, our cameraman, Trey Mitchell. All here at Polytech for today's Kickoff Classic. And Tack, second half. I mean, what do you think? You talked about it before the game started about how long Polytech stayed on the field. Do you think that had any effect to the first quarter, first half?
I do. They were on the field, I don't know, maybe an hour, almost like a practice session.
Right, and they came out really early.
Yep.
So.
And they were out a long time. It's warm, and you add the nerves to it. But you know what? Every coach has to make a decision on what he thinks is best.
You're right.
And he's still only down 14-0. They get themselves gathered, they'll be all right. But I do think that had to play. I don't think that on a game night you can be out. I personally hated when I was an assistant helping my brother a couple years ago, and it was a dinner at 4 o'clock.
Right.
So, you're in school all day, and then I didn't do that. Our kids went home, ate, came back, and I wanted to show up and start the game.
Right.
I was a head coach. It was terrible. But I just get in here, get dressed, don't be late, and here we go. Let's go play.
Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Barclays Heating and Air in Smyrna, Delaware. We finally have a score in the other kickoff classic. St. Elizabeth, they score on a 4-yard touchdown run by Thomas Mosley. And the Vikings of St. Elizabeth now lead the Christiana Vikings 7-0 in the second quarter. Still 14-0 at the half between Indian River and Milford. Milford on top. No score on the Laurel Brandywine game. It was a 7:30 kickoff. That's your Barclay Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. Coming up later in the third quarter, we're going to have the Juwan Johnson State Farm trivia question. We'll give you at the end of the third quarter, we'll give you the question and a chance to answer, and we'll have the answer at the start of the fourth quarter. At the end of the game, we're going to be pick 2 award winners. Number 1 is the Active Pest Solutions Pest of the Game. Who is the guy that just disrupted his opponent? And then also we'll have the Louis Pizza Player of the Game. Louis Pizza, 11 Rehoboth Avenue, home of the grinder. So, folks, both teams are back on the field.
Fontel is dressed and ready to go out for special teams.
All right.
And he's an active part of what's going on out there, defensively and offensively. Maybe they were just giving him a break. I'm not sure.
Third quarter coming up here, 14-0 Polytech. And as we said, Polytech hanging around. Lake Forest maybe not want to let them hang around too long.
No.
Who was Indian River playing? You guys know?
Milford.
So here we go. Polytech on the field. They'll take the second half kickoff.
Yeah, we go back to the first series. There was a good drive going by Lake Forest, and
they got in the red zone.
Poly almost picked that thing up and went the distance.
Right.
So it doesn't take a whole lot of times to get back in.
Right.
And
yeah, you're right. They get a scoop and score, and then the ball, and take the ball and say, game could be a lot different. And it could also be 21-28-0. Lake Forest squandered a couple opportunities.
Sure.
So here we go. Off to kick it off is number 41, Cade Collins. I can't imagine the halftime chat with the coaches was real pleasant. Both teams just kind of shooting themselves in the foot, just in different ways.
Yeah.
So here we go. Lake Forest in the white, ready to kick it away. Second half action underway, third quarter. And we get a whistle right away. And the scoreboard goes out, and it's back on.
What's up now?
Yep. Having scoreboard issues on the field.
Is that wire? It's a wire. We got it.
Here we go. So, ready to play whistle, and the ball's off and away. Kicked up at midfield. And that's going to be taken by number 14, Fontanelle. And gets out across the 25. First and 10 for Polytech. Ball spotted at about the 26-yard line. So, Polytech, Jim, struggled early. I thought Tassian had some good balls there in the second quarter.
Yeah.
See if they can get back to, letting him air it out.
To me, with the trips out there in the back, they have a quick screen because they have them outnumbered.
Mm-hmm.
And they did come after that set. They picked it up. Something is awry here.
Lake Forest switching. Tassoon gets the snap, bobbles a little bit, hands it off, and no gain on the play.
Yeah, they've had trouble handling him.
That was number 1, Norman. Or Mac, excuse me, number 11, Mac.
Brooks again on the tackle. He's been steady up front, number 63. And again, we're not ignoring calling the tackles.
Now
It's just
they're going
really
no
difficult. No, catch them off guard.
Fake handoff to, I believe that was Mac again. Gain of about 4 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 6. Johnson checks back into the game. Johnson's not done a bad job running when he's had a little bit of room.
That's right.
3rd and 6 for Polytech.
Thompson again in there.
Polytech breaks the huddle. And going to be Johnson in the backfield with Tassion in the shotgun. Lake Forest bringing a blitz. Flare out to 21 Johnson. There's no whistle to call it dead. And so they call it incomplete. A little slow on the whistle on that. Or I didn't hear it.
No, he moved it back. He did move it back.
Okay, so they're calling it a backwards pass. So 4th and 14 on the punt is Tassion. Two guys back for Lake Forest, 6 more and 7 Morris.
2 guys that can run.
And high punt, but off to the left.
Didn't get the roll.
$9:43 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and Lake Forest is going to get their first possession of the second half.
Yeah, and it's about an 18, 20-yard punt. It's tough with, one guy doing the punting,
Right.
the quarterback.
He's doing everything.
He's doing a lot.
Yeah.
And that is a tough thing for any athlete at any level. But you do the best you can with it.
Ball at the Polytech 40, 1st and 10. Johnson in the backfield. The lone back. Motion goes to the far side. Hand off to Johnson. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Nice play.
And whistle dead. I think that was Tassion. The quarterback, linebacker, kicker, punter.
5, yeah. It was Tassion. Yep.
A little bit of a loss, but
good
about
hit.
a yard loss. 2nd and 11.
Nice play by Tassion. Real nice.
Second and 11 for Lake Forest. Motion goes speed
sweep. There he goes.
And looks like he has the first down. That was number 26 on. And they move the chains. First down, Lake Forest. Ball inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Elliott went over I guess he went over to get the play, Elliott.
1st and 10. Motion coming to the near side. Johnson up the middle, and he's going to get it inside to 25 to about the 24-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play.
It was interesting. They had almost it was almost with the motion became an unbalanced set to this side. And if you don't see anybody move to it, they'll come back to it.
2nd and 5.
If he motions, it's unbalanced to the right. Yep.
Speed sweep it on. He's going to get another first down.
And it's an unbalanced set. The motion causes it, and they have one more man on that side of the field.
Right. First and 10 for Lake Forest, and that puts us back in the Lasher Barbecue red zone. Lasher's Barbecue, Long Neck Road in Millsboro, Delaware. Great pit beef, by the way. Great pit beef. Have you seen the trend of all the food sponsors here on 302 Sports? And we have another flag on the play.
You were talking about arenas.
No, timeout.
Arenas, I'm sitting there thinking, man, I love that potato soup, but I can't have it.
It looks like we have a Polytech timeout. We're going to take one with them, folks. We'll be right back with more third quarter action of the Kickoff Classic.
Opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique image you envision, we create. Unique image.
And welcome back to Woodside. 8 minutes to play here in the third quarter. And St. Elizabeth has scored again in the Upstate Kickoff Classic. They lead Christiana 13-0. You know, with the with Boehner Stadium under construction, that game's being played at a neutral site at Caravel Academy.
Oh, okay.
Johnson up the middle, has some running room. He's in for a touchdown. Isaiah Johnson, his second touchdown of the game.
Nice explosion off the ball.
This kid's only a junior, too, by the way. Him and Galindez are going to be a force. I don't know if this is the year for Lake Forest. I think they're going to be much improved. They could be a playoff team. They got to clean some things up, obviously.
To me, if they clean up front, they're big enough up front.
Right.
They clean that up with the holding. They're gonna do well.
On the kick, number 41, Cade Collins. But Lake Forest maybe just a year away from contending for another conference title. Oh, high snap, and that's going to be whistled dead. So kick is no good. And our score in the third quarter was 7:55 to play. Lake Forest 20, Polytech 0. We're going to stay right here. With the action.
Once again, we'd like to thank our feature sponsor, Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. Now serving Wilmington, Smyrna, Dover, Lewis, and Milford.
Milford Buccaneers go up 22-0 in the third quarter. Milford looking to get off to that's a must-win game for them, playing a Division II opponent to start the season. Tomorrow night, folks, we'll have the Caravel Academy at Woodbridge, number 1 versus number 10. Yeah, that could
that
Caravel's
could be fun.
Yeah, they're a tough team. They probably maybe could be a little higher than number 10. We'll find out tomorrow night. I know I talked to Coach Jed Bell, Woodbridge. He didn't like carrying the number 1 into the season. When you lose a kid like Jamon Kane or Richard Massey, Troy Haynes.
Remember how they started out last year?
Rough. They almost didn't make. They had their playoffs started mid-season.
They had the holds, and you and I had them several times early.
Right.
They got it straightened out, obviously.
And they're at a point where their playoffs started midweek.
Yep.
Or mid-season, and that's number
Dropped
8
it.
drops it. Fumble recovered by Lake Forest. Actually caught it in midair, and that's the 4th Polytech turnover.
So what are you going to do so you can study for the test?
So they're going to start off in the Lashers Barbecue red zone, first and 10, right at the 20-yard line. Just under 8 minutes to play here. Ball on the 20. Lake Forest, they can start to put this game asleep right now, Tack.
Yeah. I agree. They get a score here. The heads will go down a little. And Polly's hung around.
Mm-hmm. Johnson, the lone ball, back in the backfield. Motion goes to the far side. It's going to be a toss to number 7,
Nice
Jalen
cut.
Morris. Cuts it inside, cuts it back outside, and going to be taken down. I think that might be Tassione.
Made a nice inside-outside cut. It looks like Tassione again on the stop.
Now it's number 10.
10.
Trent Jacks.
Trent Jacks.
Took the legs right out from under him. First and goal for the Spartans. We'll see. We're going to see Lake Forest again a couple weeks when they take on Wilmington Friends. That's Johnson in the end zone. Touchdown.
Led the wing back in front of him to take the linebacker and a little ISO look.
26-0. Lake Forest, they come right out here, boom, boom, inside 5 minutes. Put 2 scores on the board, courtesy of a fumble recovery.
And that's what you want to see your team do.
Right.
After a poor first half. Come out and strike and –
So on the kick, number 41, Cade Collins. Holds down, kicks up, and it's good.
It's good.
27-0. The Polytech Panthers. And folks, we're going to take a commercial timeout and be right back with more third quarter action of the DFICA 302 Sports Kickoff Classic.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley. Cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
Should be designed and inspired by you. Our comprehensive new home experience will give you peace of mind. We have in-house design and drafting, selection centers, and model homes throughout Sussex County so you can experience different layouts. And a terrific team that takes an amazing amount of pride in each and every home we build. Create your new home. Create a Capstone home.
And welcome back to Woodside. Cade Collins kicking off for the Spartans. He kicks it deep inside the 10. Picks it up at about the 2-yard line, number 16. And I do not have a 16. So they're going to take over 1st and 10 inside their own 20.
Brown and Hannah down there to make the special team stop. Nice conversion down there.
Okay, that could have been a 12. That was a Nakise Esdale.
It was 12?
I believe.
Okay.
Their numbers are really red on black's not.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was talking about the tackle.
No, the runner.
Oh. And somebody got to tell these kids they want to get. You got to face the press box after you make a tackle.
Yeah, so we can see. Yeah. 1st and 10 for Polytech, and we have a flag on the play.
That was a snap infraction by the center. I don't know.
Procedure?
Substitution infraction.
Okay. It's going to back it up inside the 10. Mark off a 5. Ball at the 8-yard line. 7:17 to play here in the third quarter. And Lake Forest showing blitz, and here it comes.
Oh,
and
my.
Tackled near the goal line. Number 18 on the tackle, or 19, Curtis Spencer.
And
going to be second and forever. Ball down around the 4-yard line.
Thompson just having fun out there. He's just having fun.
When he's not making plays, he's in the backfield messing things up. They come out in their shotgun, split wide to both sides. 2nd and 20. And so they're showing blitz again.
Yeah, they brought a linebacker.
And just going to throw it away.
There's not anybody near that ball. And out of sympathy, they're probably just going to call it incomplete.
He did also get hit as he threw it, but there was nobody over there anyways. 3rd and 20.
I just know they have a big track here, 8-lane.
Yeah, they run some conference meets.
Conference meets, very nice.
I think they may have run the state meet before.
Very nice.
And it's going to be an official's timeout. I think because number 74 is kind of wandering around maybe. He pointed at him, but.
They have a beautiful building when you walk in here.
Mm-hmm. I think we're changing quarterbacks. Looks like number 1, Kyle Norman's coming in. Third and 20, and in comes the quarterback, the freshman, Norman.
Well,
welcome. They were on the sideline with the trainer. I think it might be maybe another blood issue.
They've had trouble with the snap, so let's. They had 2 in motion at the same time.
Moving. Ball's on the ground. Quarterback recovers it.
They had 2 in motion.
I would imagine they're probably going to decline this.
Illegal shift from the Panthers. Penalty is declined. It's
4th and 20. There's 6:13 to play here. Wonder if Lake Forest got a chance here to put this thing into the running clock, save some injuries, get out of here. Of course, they'd have to go for 2 to do that. And Polytech just trouble just getting guys on the field for the punt.
Well, and this is the part that you know you.
Well, Tassione's the punter.
Wait a minute.
First down and goal.
They have the ball, Benny.
Wow. Okay.
It must have been a.
We're in the red zone again, the Lasher's Barbecue Pit red zone. And it's going to be off to number 7, Morris, touchdown. Jalen Morris with his second touchdown.
His second touchdown.
See if Coach Freddie Johnson kicks or goes for 2 to put this thing into the running clock. 6:08 to play here in the third quarter, and they're on the kick. That's number 41, Cade Collins. I had thought that Polytech had recovered that fumble. It looked like number 1 got on it. And it's up and good, 34-0. Lake Forest leads. Folks, we'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Congratulations, Dover Federal, on 60 years.
And welcome back to Woodside. 34-0. Lake Forest leads. Couple updated scores. Milford now ahead 28-0 over Indian River. And we have a score from the Bulldog Battle for the Bone. Laurel leads Brandywine 7-6 at the half. So the Red Dogs leading the Blue Dogs right now.
Battle for the Bone.
Battle for the Bone.
There it is. Just when you think you've heard it all.
They exchanged the trophy for that game. They started
Is that
doing it
right?
last year, yeah. It's just like tomorrow night, the Harvest Bowl preseason, or excuse me, a first week rivalry with Middletown and Smyrna. I love it. I love having rivalry. They don't have to be week 10. Kick to the Sideline's going to go out of bounds. Procedure on Lake Forest.
Kickoff went out of bounds. Illegal procedure call on Lake Forest. Ball will come out to the 40-yard line. First down, Panthers.
So 1st and 10 for the Panthers at their own 35. Okay, let's see who comes in the quarterback. Norman will come in the quarterback. And do you see Tassian on the sideline? Is he done for the night or just done at quarterback?
Scrimmage is the 35-yard line. First down.
Here we go, first down for Polytech. The freshman in the shotgun. That's a handoff, inside handoff to number 7, Spence. And
guess who?
No gain on play. Thompson.
Look at him. He's all jacked up.
Right.
That's the way you play this game.
2nd and 10. And there's Tassian standing behind the coach. Got his helmet on, ready to get back in. Norman brings the play in from the sideline. Second and 10 at their own 35. Trips to the right, so that's that formation that's worked for them tonight.
Yes.
Except the backs.
They moved the back over. Yeah, they definitely have them outmanned over here.
And he looks to the right, under pressure, rolls out, and has a man open, throws it short, brings up 3rd and 10. Maybe a little bit of happy feet on Norman there, but yeah, but he is a freshman. But
he's a freshman.
He was waiting for his receiver to get open, and you saw who was chasing him from the backside.
Yep.
Thompson, number 19.
Thompson's really caught my eye.
Spencer was able to stretch it out, and Thompson coming from the backside. 3rd and 10 at the 35 for Polytech.
See, and this is the point where you got to coach your kids through this. If you're on Polytech, you don't want them all to start limping and getting hurt. This is where you got to coach them through. Play hard. We'll get better next week.
Norman in the shotgun. Showing blitz. Rolls to the right under pressure. Keeps his feet, cuts it back inside, throws it, has a man incomplete. That was an athletic play by the freshman.
Key is quick feet.
Mm-hmm.
Norman's pass. Intended for Colin Jackson.
Halftime score in the other kickoff classic. St. Elizabeth's 13, Christiana 6. Battle of the Vikings in that one. And Tassian back on the field to punt. And looks like we have 2 punters. Now we got a couple guys coming off the field. Lake Forest coming after it. And Tassian gets off a nice spiral. Taken at the 30. That's number 1, Nakeem Scott. He's got some running room.
He's scooting.
And he's gone. Oh, and a flag back here at the 40.
Oh, my goodness.
70-yard punt return for a touchdown. Looks like it's going to be called back.
Somebody got buried into the sideline.
Yeah, it's a Polytech player and a Lake Forest trainer on him.
No need to do that.
Yeah, that flag went up well after he had passed that.
Well, again now.
There's another guy that can fly on this Lake Forest team. That kid. We haven't seen much of him tonight.
I don't have 35 on my roster.
35. I don't have one either. I got 2 34s, so maybe one of them is 35.
He has been in, and he's been, when they went to trips, he's been in the slot.
I'm assuming it's going to be Zion, either Jeff Bytoff or Zion Yeri. Of course, with no height and weights, it's even hard to tell.
Yeah.
So that's going to be still going to be a Lake Forest first down. They're going to back it up. And they're going to take the hold. So 2 penalties on the play. It looked like one was a push in the back and the other was a hold. So it's going to be 1st and 10.
Holding on Lake Forest.
And where are they going to take it back to?
He didn't catch it back that far.
They caught it at the 30. So the ball's going to be placed at the 29.
Penalties on the play. Holding and illegal use of hands.
So 1st and 10 at their own 29 for the Spartans. And here comes the penalty bug to bite them that we talked about in the first half.
They've had, 2 called back now?
Yeah, 2 touchdowns called back. And some more whistles.
What is going on?
There we go. We got her set now. Here we go. Ready to play. Whistle goes off. And it's going to be that
inside counter.
Inside counter, yeah.
Yep.
That's 26. On the carry, and he's going to have a first down in the Polytech territory.
He is a nice back.
Ball takes it down to the 47. 1st and 10.
I think that was. I'm trying to see who made that tackle. Was it 14 or 17? Not sure. Well, there's no 17. I think it was Fontel again. You know, he's a scrappy guy.
Power. A little reverse. That's
good speed there.
Number 24, Zaire Elliott.
Zaire Elliott, the ball carrier. Tripped up by Colin Jacks.
And it's going to be a first down.
First down, Lake Forest.
And it's funny, some of the Poly kids are looking to the sidelines. Listen, you got to, it's simple. Stay square.
Right.
Get your rear end across the line.
Right.
Play in their face. There's nothing the coaches can do for you here.
1st and 10 at the 37. And there's that inside
counter again.
And he's going to pick up about 7 on the play, bring up a 2nd and 3. 3:40 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Coming up, we'll have the Juwan Johnson State Farm trivia question.
7 yards on the play. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 3 for Lake Forest. And it's going to be Johnson up the middle, and he picks up the first down.
The first down.
And a flag. Oh, while they sort out the flag, let's go to the Juwan Johnson State Farm trivia question. The Lake Forest Spartans have appeared in 2 state championship games, winning the latter. What year did Lake Forest win a state championship? Again, the Lake Forest Spartans have appeared in 2 state championship games, winning the latter. What year did Lake Forest win a state championship? That answer coming up at the start of the 4th quarter. The Juwan Johnson State Farm trivia question. So now it's going to back it up to from a 2nd and 3 to a 2nd and 9. And with the clock running.
7-yard step off, still 2nd down.
And speed sweep.
Some good blocks on the outside.
That's number 6 on the carry, Moore. And he's going to get out of bounds. He's going to have the first down. And see where they mark the ball. 22-yard line.
Yeah, and 28. So 28 was leading the block on the edge. Was it 26? 26.
26. He's the other wing back.
Yeah. He stayed on his block for about 10 yards. A real nice job. Now you can see them. If they avoid some holds here,
right?
That's a good half.
This reminds me of early season Woodbridge.
Yes, it does. It really does. I agree with you.
Toss to Johnson. Turns it in.
Little fullback sweep. Good.
And he's going to be down about the 12-yard line. That's going to take us into the Lasher Barbecue red zone and a penalty marker on the field. Imagine that.
I hexed them.
Updated score on the Barclay Heating and Air Out-of-Town scoreboard. Milford now up 34-0 with 23 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Milford scoring all kinds of ways, offense, defense, special teams. I had a coach one time told me, Tom Howard at Sussex Central told us that if you could score a defensive touchdown or a special teams touchdown, you increased twofold your chance to win a football game.
Okay.
We were 3-7 that year. But yeah, always talked about getting pressure on the defense and big special team plays. And
well, they had a stat come out last week on the NFL or college, and they had stated that it was an unbelievable amount of turnovers, and what they could almost predict how many wins you would have per, but it was a gigantic number of turnovers. So important.
So
you take away an opportunity.
All right, so we got to do something here. The ball is set at the 12. The yard marker's back at the 18.
It's moving up.
There we go. 2nd and 1 for Lake Forest. Linda's under center with Johnson in the backfield. Motion going away. That's going to be Johnson up the middle. Has got the first down.
He made a nice move at the line of scrimmage.
Touchdown.
And
another one for Isaiah Johnson.
That's what I really like about him. He's carrying people now.
And that's going to put us into the running clock with the 40-0 lead. So on the kick is Collins. 40-0, Lake Forest leads. And we're in the running clock. Lake Forest late getting a player on the field. Snaps low, gets it on this block. It's up and good. 41-0 for Lake Forest. So Lake Forest looking to have a happy short bus ride back down to Felton. Reminder, tomorrow night here on 302 Sports, we have Woodbridge, number 1 in the state, versus Caravel, number 10. And see what the weather does tomorrow. Caravel, they have Ethan Potter, the Villanova commit, wide receiver.
Okay.
And they're going to want to throw the ball around a little bit. So let's see what Dorian says about that. Minute to go here in the third quarter. This kickoff will probably take us into the fourth. When we come back to start the fourth quarter, we'll have the answer to the Juwan Johnson State Farm trivia question. Four touchdowns tonight for Isaiah Johnson. And Polytech comes on. And we're starting to see the body language now, Tech. A couple guys jogging, a couple guys walking. Back number 8, Colin Jacks, and number, I think that's a 16. I don't have a 16 on my roster. That ball's going to go over his head into the end zone. And we're going to go to the fourth quarter. Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial timeout, come back with the Juwan Johnson trivia question and answer, and more of the 302 Sports DIFCA Kickoff Classic here from Polytech High School. We'll be right back.
Opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we're doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique image you envision, we create.
And welcome back to the Kickoff Classic. And folks, here is your Juwan Johnson State Farm trivia question. The Lake Forest Spartans have appeared in 2 state championship games winning the ladder. What year did Lake Forest win the state championship? 1995. Lake Forest won the Division II state championship, beating Del Mar 26-7. 1995. Lake Forest won a football state title. A couple years ago, they were the number 2 ranked team in the state, but that was the year that the seeding got all screwed up, and they met Hodgson in the first round with Buck Jones, who went on to play for Delaware. And lost a 2-point game, and Hodgson goes on as the number 7 seed to win a state title. So here we go, fourth quarter underway, under a running clock. And looks like Norman's going to stay in the game at quarterback.
We have some new people up front for Lake.
And Norman nowhere to go. 19 on the tackle, that's Spencer.
Curtis Spencer, his third tackle tonight.
Loss of 5 on the play, brings up 2nd and 15. And Lake Forest starting to sub in. Get some of the younger, and they got some big younger guys too. Look at that number at nose guard now, Traden Harrison, the junior.
That's how you build a great team. Get them as much time as you can. And you add those quarters up at the end of the year, you'll find out you don't have as many rookies standing around.
Yes, you're right. Norman in the shotgun. Lake Forest switching their ends. I guess technically linebackers in this formation maybe. Quick flare out.
Oh!
And they're going to whistle it dead. Incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 15. And they're bringing in some more beef. My goodness gracious, 77. Talif Cunningham Young.
School lunches must be good out.
Yeah, he's a sophomore, man.
Big boys.
Freddie Johnson's got some bodies over there.
Poor quarterback Norman, he just got rocked.
Yes, he did.
Well, you know what? 9th grade, you're hanging in there. Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
3rd and 15. Motion going to the far side, inside handoff.
Nice
and
counter.
He's got some running room. That's Johnson. He gets it out close to the first down at the 30. He might have it.
Nice call. Nice call.
I said when this kid's had some holes, he can run the ball well.
Yep.
He's only a junior. 1st and 10 for Polytech. Folks, coming up at the end of the game, we'll have the Active Pest Solutions Pest of the Game and the Louis Pizza Player of the Game. Those pictures will appear up on Twitter and Facebook later tonight. 1st and 10. Motion comes in their side. Again, in on inside handoff to Johnson. Hits, spins, picks up a couple. Gonna get about 3 on the play.
Went into the line, redirected, picked up a block, picked up a couple yards. Nice job.
Brings up 2nd and 7 for Polytech.
It's just, for Lake Forest to bring their kids in, it's just the right thing to do.
Right.
You don't want to embarrass anybody out here.
And get some younger guys some playing time.
Get these guys time on Friday night. Let them get a feel for it.
Slot to the short side of the field, split to the right.
Yeah, they have a tackle over here at the end at the tight end position. 64.
Quarterback keeper. And nowhere to go. Number 3 and on the tackle, Taj McNair. 52, Caden Harrison. That looks like 55 also. Nasheem Little. 3rd and 9. Johnson in the shotgun. Correction, Norman in the shotgun with Johnson in the backfield.
There's their trip looks.
Polytech, a little trouble
There's
getting
the flare.
that ball.
There he is.
Got it.
Oh,
in and out of his hands.
If he gets that on the run, he got sidelined.
4th and 9. So Polytech will punt it away with approaching 7 minutes to play here with a running clock in the fourth quarter.
It wasn't until you said something.
Right. Tassian in the punt. He got a boomer the last time. He's struggled a little bit in the first half and had a good punt here in the second half.
He's not back far.
Yeah,
Maybe
10
yards.
yards snap.
Minimum used to be 13. I don't know. Good snap.
And kicks it on left-footed kicker, catches it about the 32.
Oh, and guess
That's
who
number
has
1,
it?
Scott, and he had a touchdown call back.
Had one
last
call
time.
back. He's going after his second. Oh,
There's a
why would you
flag.
call a penalty
There's
back
a
here?
Flag back at the 40.
Why would you call that? That had nothing to do with the play. God.
51. He doesn't get it either. Zachary Kennedy has his hands up in the air. What did I do?
I just don't even know why you would call that. It's on the other side of the field. What do I know? I'm sitting up here and I'm retired. What do I know?
Personal foul they're going to call. And clock running while this goes on. Polytech trails 40-0.
Look at this. Now, I may have missed something, but I didn't even see a Polytech player in the area, so I don't know what happened. No.
There was one. Actually, I think there was 2 of them. Anyway, they're going to back it up. So we got the yard marker set as time runs off. And I'm pretty sure neither of the coaches is worried about that.
All right.
And now we're going to get a timeout, Lake Forest. With 4:45 to play, we're going to stay right here with it because we got some commercials coming at the end of the game. Before we pick our pest of the game and player of the game. So tag a little sloppy season opener, I think, for both teams. Lake Forest able to take advantage of the mistakes, build up a 41-0 lead. Like the way Johnson runs, 4 touchdowns. Runs well, runs up the middle, runs to the outside wall. Nice moves at the line of scrimmage.
I also think the thing that we're special teams.
Right.
They've technically, they've run 2 back.
Right.
But they haven't because of penalties.
Right.
But they got some kids back there that can catch it and scoot with it. And defensively up front, I think they're pretty solid.
Right, I agree.
And Poly just needs to go and
they got
improve.
They got
next
Wilmington
week.
Friends at home coming up week 4, and we'll be covering that game. And they can't make this many mistakes and think they're going to be the Wilmington Friends team. Wilmington Friends is the kind of team that doesn't make mistakes.
We saw you and I saw Friends, and didn't they win on a field goal right at the last play of the game? Yeah.
And then got turned around in the state finals.
Yeah.
That's number 35 on the carry. Correction, 25 on the carry. Gavin Weatherspoon, a sophomore.
Gavin Weatherspoon on the carry.
Picks up, call it 3 on the play.
Other high school games being played across the state tonight. St. Elizabeth leading Christiana in the third quarter, 19-6.
302 Sports, DIFCA Kickoff Classic.
In the third period, Brandywine 12.
With a 41-0 lead. Barclay Heating our out-of-town scoreboard, 12-7. Brandywine now leads Laurel in the battle for the bone. And we got something going on
all
there.
kind of issues.
Penalty marker on the play.
It's like we had a nose guard jumping.
New quarterback in the game, number 14, Chad Hughes, freshman. So 2 freshmen are going to finish it up.
Still second down.
That's going to be on Polytech. Going to bring up 2nd and 2. Pistol formation, speed sweep with number 32. Miles Coates, sophomore. He's got the first down.
First down.
St. Elizabeth leads 19-7. Third quarter in the other kickoff classic. 1st and 10 for Lake Forest here. 2:56 to play in the game. And again, pistol formation. Oh, ball on the ground. And Polytech, no, 25 able to scoop it back up. That's Weatherspoon. Gonna bring up a 2nd and 15. Sarah Statman has entered the box. He's got him ready for the postgame show. Dave Marvel, our guy.
He's ready.
Thank you, sir.
We don't even know where he goes. He disappears and then reappears.
Nice night for some football, though. 72 degrees at kickoff. Under 2 minutes to play here. And got a little confusion in the backfield. And that's going to be a tackle for a loss. Number 78 led the way, and I think we have a timeout. Polytech with 1:30 to go. That was number 78, Landon Alexander, sophomore. He's a big body for Polytech.
Yes, he is. Again, you got to look at what you did, and then your practice next week is what are the things that came up in film that kept showing up consistently. That needs to be drilled.
Right. St. Elizabeth now up 26. Sorry, Tack, finish your
No,
thought.
just they'll be all right. They'll be all right.
3rd and 16. It was nice to get a couple teams that we don't usually see much. Polytech and Christiana got to be on 302 Sports Name, the Kickoff Classic. Christiana battling right now with St. Elizabeth. They're a team that, I think they forfeited 3 games last year. All kinds of turmoil up there. Coach got suspended, and just a big mess up at Christiana.
That's right.
Yeah, but they get to come back out here tonight to play in the Kickoff Classic, and good for them. Hand off to 21.
Nice sweep.
Cole Dempsey, another guy wrestled for me. And he's got the first down. Approaching a minute to go. I have to have a little reunion after the game.
Yeah, you have a bunch of guys there.
Cole Dempsey, just a sophomore. Looks like the press box is emptying out here, Tack.
Yeah,
they don't turn the lights out.
They're packing up.
We got a post-game show to do. It's going to be a quick one, though. And that's Dempsey again. Mishandles it a little bit. Able to get it back. Hit, spins. And he's going to be inside the 25. Down to about the 21 with 30 seconds to go. Yeah, this ball might take a while to get set.
Surprised they're going to set it. 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Second and 2. And that's the quarterback.
He kept
it inside. And he'll get
It's
the
a
first
wrap.
down. But that's it, folks. We're going to take a quick commercial timeout. And we're going to be back with the post-game stats and our pest of the game and player of the game. Folks, we'll be right back.
At Capstone Homes, we believe your new home should be designed and inspired by you. Our comprehensive new home experience will give you peace of mind. We have in-house design and drafting, selection centers, and model homes throughout Sussex County so you can experience different layouts. And a terrific team that takes an amazing amount of pride in each and every home we build. Create your new home. Create a Capstone home.
Well, Coach, the ants are on the screen. You
My
know what that
time.
means. It's your time. Who is tonight's pest of the game? Active Pest Solutions pest of the game.
The pest is number 66, Christopher Thompson. I had him down with 5 tackles, and I apologize. Some issues reading the numbers tonight. He is active inside. He caused people to double team at times. I love his energy, and he was also involved on a punt that he just about took off of them. So he's the pest. He's the guy I think you got to control inside.
The Active Pest Solutions, pest of the game, number 66, Christopher Thompson, Lake Forest. And our Louis Pizza, player of the game, no doubt, number 4, Isaiah Johnson. 4 touchdowns tonight. We'll get to his stats in a minute.
Great game.
Louis Pizza, player of the game, Isaiah Johnson. And those pictures will be up on social media later tonight. And let's get to the Arena's Deli post-game stats. Brought to you by Arena's Deli. And they're all over the place, even upstate. Let's get the post-game stats. Polytech, total yards 41, 39 in the air, no yards on the ground, 5 first downs, 7 turnovers. For Lake Forest, 225 yards total, 19 in the air, 206 rushing, 18 first downs, 2 turnovers. In the Johnson, 12 carries, 77 yards, 4 touchdowns. And he wasn't even the leading rusher on. Number 26, Dylan On, 9 carries, 95 yards. And Glendez had a touchdown, 3 for 6 for 19 yards for a touchdown. Tack, those are your post-game stats. What do you think after week 1 with the this Lake Forest Spartan team? They got a lot to clean up.
Yeah, they have a lot to clean up, but I tell you what, they put together a nice second half. They showed much better control. They stayed under blocks longer. I think that the other thing that could be just phenomenal for them are their special teams.
Right.
You know, it's not going to show up in the stats because of the penalties. But, wow, do they have some kids that can run back there, and that's another offensive play for them.
And let's not forget Jalen Morris was he had 2 touchdowns tonight, too, for Lake Forest. So, folks, that's a wrap from Woodside, Delaware, home of the Polytech Panthers. 41-0. Lake Forest gets off with win number 1 over a Division I opponent, and we said they could be a threat in Division II in the Henlopen Conference Southern Division. Are they ready yet to challenge Woodbridge and Delmar? We're going to find out down the road. Tomorrow night, join us again here on 302 Sports as we'll have Woodbridge, the number 1 team in Division II, the defending state champs, hosting number 10 Caravel at Woodbridge High School. So another big game, 2 top 10 teams attacking. You'll be back, next week down in Laurel, correct? No, you're going.
I'm going to
You're
Texas.
Going to Texas, that's right.
Go meet my new granddaughter.
It'll be Dave Frederick with me next week.
Dave
You'll
will
be
be
back.
with you.
You'll be back
I'll
with
be
me
back the
for
following
the big
week.
Smyrna Sussex Central or Smyrna Sussex Central at Smyrna. So, folks, for Trey Mitchell, Dave Marvel, and Jim Tack, I'm Benny Mitchell, 302 Sports. Thank you for joining us. Have a great night. See you back tomorrow night for the Friday night Henlopen Conference Game of the Week.